Switchbacks ended the regular season with a battle against New Mexico United, which ultimately ended in a 2-0 defeat. Hosting the first ever playoff match at downtown Weidner Field as underdogs against Rio Grande Valley, the team are fired up to prove the pundits wrong.
The El Paso game we were very, very happy with, and then obviously the New Mexico game was a bit of a kick in the teeth and really disappointed in ourselves. So now it's okay, use it as fuel to bounce back for what's upcoming.
So we are all set to go. It is a pristine evening for playoff soccer. 67 degrees, clear skies, and we are underway tonight from Colorado Springs. Switchbacks put this away. Galena cuts it into the middle. It's Weidner to finish this off. 2 late goals for Colorado Springs.
Aaron Wheeler showed up late in his first playoff game of his career and scored the deciding goal, but he wasn't done there.
Wheeler, is there one more? Aaron Wheeler! Wheeler scores! There's the exclamation mark for Colorado Springs, and they will be moving on to the next round.
With a convincing win over RGV, the club advances to its first ever Western Conference semifinal. This time they are hosting U.S. Open Cup finalist Sacramento Republic, a team they had split results against earlier in the year.
Who is Colorado Springs without Haji Berry?
Well, you just answered it. I would actually make the argument that even with Haji Berry right now, with Michi Galina, with whatever lineup they're playing, they don't know who they are because they've been so abysmal as the season has gone on.
At home, can they do it at Weidner Field? Can't see it.
Despite being the higher seed, the Switchbacks are once again underdogs at home.
It was a great feeling, especially because we spoke earlier that week, and again, just stuff behind the scenes, like me and the group spoke, and I let them know about I've never been in a playoff game, had an 8-year career before that, so this is year 9, and then to kind of the overall emphasis on that meeting was just about appreciating where we're at and realizing that you don't always get these opportunities again. Like, it's not guaranteed that we'll ever be back in a playoff game. So for us to kind of sit down as a group and have different men speak, and then me be able to share my story about that, and then to go out and 3 days later score 2 goals, like, shows that taking advantage of those moments, and obviously I'm super blessed for that to happen, and it takes a lot of things for those things to happen, but it was massive, and it's a great little feather in my cap that I can look back on and say, okay, made the playoffs, finally scored playoff goals, and I was able, and again for me it's I guess it's how do I say this? It's showing that the faith that they put in me, the coaching staff, was justified. So that was really important to me to be able to give that back to them and say, hey, you've given me this opportunity, and I'm happy to be able to essentially show you guys that it was worth it.
Nice kind of being the underdogs too, because a little bit less pressure, and it still blows my mind how even on the power rankings we were below teams that didn't make playoffs. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, no, I think going into it, we knew that there wasn't too much pressure on us because people were betting against us, and it fueled our fires to come out and prove everybody wrong.
The game, how the game ended, the fact that Big Wheels popped up, it was big, and for him it was big. But then for the whole team, it was, yeah, we belong here now, and we did what we set out to do in front of our home fans. Not settling for just being here. We want to go one more. We want to go one more. We want to go one more. I think everybody got to see that here at the stadium, and the whole country got to see that. So we ticked every box that we wanted to tick in terms of the mentality that we were going into it. So again, we're setting targets, putting them in front of us for each round now. Can we tick them off in each game? Because if we do, you're one more step closer to picking up a trophy, and that's what all our minds are set on.
joined by either the Switchbacks or Republic, and we are underway at Weidner Field. Top here to Lopez, flag stays down, Rodrigo Lopez the chip, and it is in! Did you think it would be anybody else? Roro Lopez, 1-0, 18th minute. Zandy to Galena. Mishi Galena opens up, it's deflected and in! Galena goes down, Demianchuk thinks about it and calls it. Very late the penalty, he had a word with his assistant referee. They exchange glances and the verdict is penalty for the Switchbacks. Amo stares down Vitiello from 12 yards away. The approach, the fake, and it's saved by Vitiello! After all that, it's still 1-1 at Weidner Field. Here's Mishi Galena in alone. Galena, of course! The face of the club, his second goal of the night, and the Switchbacks have a lead in extra time. All comes down to this at Weidner Field. Gurr whips it in, punched away by Caldwell. There's the whistle. For the first time in club history, the Switchbacks are through to the Western Conference Final.
Playing the two we had, for me personally, I will never forget that. That's a special thing, especially when it's, I think, at the beginning of a great project like we are. To do that in year two effectively of this project is a big deal.
Going into that first playoff game, there was a lot of high energy and the desire to just want to prove everyone wrong. Not just for us as players, but for this club that obviously hasn't accomplished a lot of those things yet. So it was a big deal to kind of want to get out there and show our best and just prove everyone wrong.
To have 2 home playoff games and to win both of them, I mean, we really felt like we moved the city's perception of the team forward in a big way, and there's real genuine excitement about it right now, and that's, that makes you proud.
We should win that game and to guarantee our home playoff game, so everybody was focused about that, and after that game we were so happy to have a home playoff. It was big for us because we knew we should do great here at home to win our first playoff game, so that was really big.
Yeah, it was massive, and I think it's just massive for the city in general of the growth of soccer, and I think having those 2 playoff games at home brought more people out, more people start talking about it, how well we're doing, and I think it fills the stands more and more, and going into next year, it's huge, people talking about, oh, remember at the playoff game, blah, 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 so I think it gets people more excited for the following year.
As exciting as everything was in the game, the news wasn't all good coming out of the Sacramento game. Zach Zandy unfortunately picked up a serious injury in the 58th minute. The remaining question, how will the club respond as they take on their toughest challenge in San Antonio?
Mixed emotions, definitely. I mean, obviously very happy with the assist. Mishi's, got a little lucky on the finish, but, I thought as a team we were playing very well, and we had a great response to them when they went up a goal. But then obviously, falling down and then being in a lot of pain, and then the trainer pulling up my arm and my arm not looking right at all, and then talking to the doctor and him pretty much saying it's broken. I pretty much knew then that this is not going to be great. So devastated at the same time, but again very happy for the team that we had won and then we're going to the finals. But I was pretty certain that I wasn't going to be able to participate, so it was tough, definitely very tough, but it is what it is, and I'm there to support the team in whatever fashion that is.
It's a dagger to the heart for him. It's a signal for us. So now it's about how do we adapt. Because you're not going to replace him, you're just not. So you have to see now what can we put in place to adapt to the situation and to the opponent, because that's a big piece. But we've had to do this before, you know, so now it's next man up mentality. Always has been, always will be here. When we've this group of core players and this staff, it's next man up mentality. Just like with Michi. Haji's gone, I'm next man up. Zandy's gone, who's the next man up in there? Anything you'll hear us talk about, it's not just words. We hate that. We hate just words. Because listen, I can talk to you all day, every day, but believe my actions. So you're seeing what the lads' actions are out there, and their mental approach has been fantastic.
Jordan Farr is fired up, so is this sold-out crowd tonight at Toyota Field. Sam Adeniran has the ball at his feet. And for the first time in their history, San Antonio FC hosts the Western Conference Final.